Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Today, I wanted to share a bit of an uncomfortable truth that I feel like we all know, but maybe don't necessarily recognize a lot because it's hard. It's hard to kind of look at it and understand this and take it for face value when everything in our culture and our society basically takes us down the path of, oh no, that can't be true. So, that uncomfortable truth is that we are never going to feel ready for something. Uh, and the truth about that is that we need to just do it anyway. If your energy is flowing towards something, you keep thinking about it, you want to do it, but you are feeling scared, fearful. You're making reasons up in your head of like, I can't do this because um, you know this isn't the right timing, or this isn't the right environment to do this thing or try this thing or whatever. Well, the important thing is to try it anyway. So this can be applied to a lot of different things in our lives. This can look like when you start a new job. You might feel unprepared for it. You might feel unqualified, but it's okay to feel that fear. Um, to feel like you're not going to meet expectations. You sometimes have to take that leap of faith, and trust that they have hired you. You have gone through the interview process for a reason, and they have hired you for a reason because they think you can get the job done. So take that leap of faith and do it anyway, even if you're feeling, worried about it. This can look like, moving to a different city or traveling or, something that's a bigger life decision. If you keep thinking about that thing and you don't know if it's right, but your energy kind of keeps flowing there, I mean, that can be an intimidating and, obviously a big decision when trying to make a big life environment switch like that. But part of these uncertainties is plowing forward in the journey ahead and realizing you don't have to have everything answered. You don't need to have all of the answers to know where you're going to live or what you're going to do. I mean, obviously, that is a good starting point, but at the same time, everything does not have to be answered going into these things. So, what I'm thinking of is when I journeyed to Texas after college a long time ago, and everybody was like, "What are you doing?" Because, well, I got an internship down there, and I found a sublet to live in, but that was only after a few months. And after those few months, I couldn't live in that sublet anymore, and I didn't know where I was going to live. So fortunately, I had met a bunch of people down there while I was doing the internship, and I wanted to stay. And they said, "Hey, live with us for a while until you figure out what you're a more permanent living situation." And they helped me out, right? I mean, if you talk to people, if you make your intentions known about what it is that you need help with, people will come around you to help. But you need to state what you need. You need to um, try to actively work on resolving your problems, but they don't always have to be planned for ahead of time, right? Um, a lot of things are resolved when you bring them up, but many of the problems that we have, that we think that we have, really just are active in our own minds, and they're not really problems until we state them out and we start working towards, you know, actively resolving them in the real world. And this is exactly why this is an uncomfortable truth. We need to take action towards the things that we are mentally giving energy to. So it works both ways. If we're giving mental worry and rumination towards things, then we're going to feel fear around these things. But if we are you know worried about them, but at the same time taking steps in the direction that we think that we need to go, the path will reveal before ourselves, and we will find the answers once we start taking those steps, communicating the things that we need, the things that we want, and just heading any direction, right? Yes, the path will reveal itself as we go along. But I mean, this doesn't have to be a big life changing decision. I mean, this can be even something as simple as public speaking or performing. I mean, it's natural to feel anxious and unprepared when we haven't done anything before. When we're speaking in front of a large audience, and people are focused on us, so it's natural to doubt our abilities and worry about making mistakes and all of that. However, the best way, to overcome all of this is by tackling these things head on, trying to let go of the fear, and embracing the opportunity to develop your skills or make your argument. And of course, this can be a challenging situation when we are in a looking to get into a romantic relationship or potentially date somebody, right? So these things, when we're getting in touch with our feelings, these can be difficult to navigate. But sometimes we just need to do it. We need to gather the courage and take a chance, express ourselves, and you might be surprised at the outcome you receive. Because ultimately, if you do that, if you do express yourself instead of worrying about the potential outcome, at least you will be more clear about where the relationship stands, what the other person is thinking, and what you need to do going forward. If they reject you or whatever, well, at least now you know, so you don't have to stay in a relationship that you don't necessarily want to be in. But ultimately, it goes back to taking the action. Um, you're not going to feel ready, but you need to do it anyway. And it's also why one of the best slogans of all time, Nike, just do it. It is so true. I don't know if that's their slogan anymore, but it's really a great one. You take action, you take steps in a certain direction, and the path will begin to reveal itself, even though you might not feel ready. But the importance is listen to what's going on in your mind. Where not your mind, but your energy. Where's your energy going, and what keeps talking in your mind? Where does your body keep wanting to take you? Right? You need to become self-aware of these things, because if it's in a direction that you feel like is the right direction, you think could be the right direction, then it just might be the direction, and it might be worth a shot in taking action towards getting the things that you want and going the way that we need to go. So I know this is a real big picture piece of advice, but yeah, you got to listen to yourself and sometimes take the action, experiment, and see what works. So if you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe. Yeah, let me know what leaps of faith that you have taken and have worked out for you. Of course, they're not all going to work out, but at least we then know what works and what doesn't. Yeah, once again, thanks for being here, and until next time, talk to you later. Bye. Huh, the video won't open, or no, won't close. Okay, there we go. Bye.